The next example that I am going to give you of IIoT implementation is from the healthcare industry. IIoT implementation in healthcare is quite pervasive. There are large number of different IIoT implementation solutions in the healthcare industry that exist at present. So, I am going to give you the highlights of how IIoT can help in transforming present day healthcare and making healthcare much more affordable, much more efficient and much more autonomous. So, before I do so, let me give you some points of introduction. So, healthcare nowadays have improved. Earlier days people used to die due to lack of healthcare. People used to forget about their health due to busy life, and this has also happened in the recent past. People basically tend to forget about their health and taking care of their health due to busy life and so on. Additionally, the number of diseases have also increased in the recent times. So, however, we have our IoT solutions, we have our IIoT solutions that could be used to alleviate some of the problems that are encountered by people with respect to health. So, IIoT solutions can help in making healthcare easier, affordable and so on. There are different sensors such as the ECG sensor, blood pressure sensor, glucose monitoring sensor, temperature sensor, etc., that are currently available in the market, that can be those are cheap, affordable and can be procured, can be purchased by the patients themselves for monitoring their health conditions at their homes, or those could be also purchased by different healthcare facilities, hospitals and so on. So, these systems could be further developed. These devices, these different sensors could be inter-networked, so that if any patient has a critical condition, different levels of alerts could be sent to the healthcare facilities or hospitals to which these patients are registered. There are different healthcare challenges with respect to the implementation of IIoT. Populations are aging all over the world, different diseases are increasing, expenditure of hospitals and medical clinic are also increasing. These are some of these generic healthcare challenges, but from an IIoT perspective as well, catering to these growing requirements is also a challenge. Scalability of IIoT solutions will have to be taken into account, both in terms of numbers, but not only in terms of numbers, but also in terms of diversity, catering to different types of diseases, catering to different types of hospitals, different types of medical clinics having different facilities. So, all of these challenges, the generic healthcare challenges also have implications on the IIoT implementations in the healthcare industry. Looking at the age groups, populations are growing older. Between 2017 to 2050, the persons aged 60 years or over are expected to increase more than double. In 1980, there were 382 million elderly persons all over the world. In 2050, that number is going to grow to 2.1 billion. So, you see that in 1980 it was only 382 million elderly persons all over the world, and by 2050 this particular number of elderly persons is expected to grow to 2.1 billion worldwide. So, this is a huge number. We have a growing population, and growing population also will invite taking care of their health, elderly people monitoring their health condition, etc., efficiently will have to be done. So, telecare applications, smart home or telemedicine basically can help elderly people to live safely. So, you can have telemedicine solutions being deployed, being implemented in the homes of these elderly persons, so that the doctors can remotely monitor the condition of these elderly people from their home. Not only elderly people, I took the example of elderly people, but this also applies for the other population as well, other parts of the population as well. Additionally, the number of diseases are also increasing. Not only the number of diseases, but also the types of diseases are also increasing day by day. So, you need to have suitable, efficient, large scale monitoring system that will cater to this particular problem and addressing that problem. So, nowadays we are talking about having telecare applications, smart home applications, telemedicine applications for elderly people. We are also talking about these kind of solutions for catering to the other segments of the population, so that continuous monitoring of patients' health can be done, and this can also help in reducing the number of cases of hospitalization. Sensors can collect blood pressure, respiration, pulse rate, heart rate data, weight data continuously and as and when required. If any alarm has to be triggered, this can be done in a much more efficient manner, and this can be done if any abnormal situation is detected or any abnormality is going to arise in the future. Predictively, this can also be done. So, reduction in the expenditure is required. IIoT-based solutions for healthcare can help in reducing the expenditure. Different wearable healthcare devices can help in reducing the cost of health checkup. Remote continuous monitoring of patients using different sensors, smart sensors, connected sensors would be made possible. In hospitals and other healthcare units, smart beds can be deployed, which can send notification about the patient's activity. So, if we are talking about IIoT healthcare solutions, let us look at this particular architectural viewpoint. This has been taken from this particular source that is given at the bottom of the slide. So, basically, whenever we are talking about IIoT healthcare, these are broadly the different layers in the architecture. It starts from sensing at the very bottom, sending the sense data, processing the data, storing the data, and getting different information, knowledge, etc., about what is going on underneath. From the data, trying to make more sense out of the data through information processing, knowledge processing, and so on. These are all these things that are possible. So, let me now elaborate this thing further. Let us say that we want to have a cloud enabled IIoT healthcare solution. So, how it is going to look like? Let us look at the data flow architecture of such a solution. On one end, we are going to have all these different things and devices which are going to be typically sensor enabled. So, you are going to have sensor enabled. Let us write over here the smart sensors, and then through some gateway devices, the data are going to be sent to the cloud platform, IoT enabled cloud platform, where different analytics will be performed. Different other analysis, for example, not just analysis, but maybe health data verification can be performed, and the data can be stored, and the data can in fact be also processed in a computer or a computational resource in the cloud, and so on. And so, lot of other different things could also be done at the cloud. And finally, we are going to have these different, this is two-way communication, And finally, we are going to have these different applications, healthcare applications, which are going to be the beneficiaries from all these analytics on the data that are coming in, right. So, these different applications are going to run. At the application end, data about different patient data about their health condition, such as ECG, EMG, then maybe pulse oximeter data, and many other different types of healthcare data could be made available after suitable processing, after suitable analytics and so on, through these different applications, different portals, web portals and so on. So, this is going to be the data flow architecture at a very high level for healthcare IoT. So, let us look further ahead and see what are the benefits of IIoT in healthcare. With IIoT, one can monitor the patient's health condition remotely. So, remote healthcare is possible. Remote, real time, continuous monitoring of patient's health condition 24/7 is possible. Hospital staff can predict the arrival of a patient in their emergency units. It is also possible to have hygiene monitoring system, which can detect the cleanliness of the hospital and the healthcare facility. Medical staff can provide quality medical services with small budget using IIoT. So, these are some of the many benefits that IIoT implementation in healthcare can provide. So, nowadays there are different different healthcare devices that are there. Wireless ECG monitors are there, which can collect biosignals from these ECG devices, ECG sensors. The collected data could be sent to the cloud. Medical staffs can analyze the health related data in real time. In fact, you could have some programs which can autonomously analyze the data that are coming in and can send alerts. So, one example of a wireless IoT enabled ECG sensor is Quadcore. Quadcore is a device for ECG monitoring. It is a wireless device. Similarly, for glucose level monitoring, particularly for diabetes patients, typically need to check the glucose level quite often, particularly the ones who have higher degrees of diabetes. They are required to check the blood sugar continuously, not continuously, but quite often. So, if you have an automated IoT enabled system to which the patients can be fitted, then automatically the data from these different patients can be made available to whoever can make sense out of the data, such as doctors who are treating the patient, the diabetes patient and so on. An example of continuous glucose monitoring device is the Dexcom. Dexcom devices can help in continuous glucose monitoring. Similarly, we have IIoT based blood pressure monitors. Using IIoT devices, the patient's blood pressure is measured and compared with the other blood pressures in real time. Doctors can monitor the patient's blood pressure in real time, can get alerts if the blood pressure crosses a particular threshold, and doctors can, depending on the blood pressure data, the doctors can prescribe medicines to the patients. One such example of blood pressure monitoring system is the iHealth BP5. Similarly, body temperature monitors, wearable sensors to continuously monitor the human body temperature. This sometimes is very much required, particularly patients who are suffering from diseases which make the patients vulnerable to sudden increase in the body temperature or sudden decrease in the body temperature. So, there are different body temperature sensors in the market. One such body temperature sensor is by Kinsa. So, they have their smart thermometer, which is an IoT based body temperature monitoring device. For oxygen saturation monitoring, particularly for asthma patients, this is very important. Oxygen saturation can be monitored with the help of IoT devices such as pulse oximeters. So, pulse oximeter can help in measuring the oxygen saturation, and so these pulse oximeters could be integrated with connectivity solutions such as Bluetooth, which can send continuously the data of the oxygen saturation level of the patient who is being monitored. IoT based contact lenses are also there in the market. There are different IoT based contact lenses which are also offer Wi-Fi connectivity with smartphones, so that the condition of the patient, their eye condition, their sugar level, etc., could be also monitored. IoT based asthma treatment solutions are already in the market. Smart inhalers are a very essential requirement of asthma patients. So, smart inhalers have been manufactured. So, ADAM is an intelligent asthma monitoring device that has been developed. Basically, so this particular device can keep track of the body temperature, coughing rate, heart rate, etc., which are basically preliminary symptoms of an asthma attack. Different smartphone based healthcare solutions are already available. So, smartphone devices connected to electronic devices such as sensors can help in collecting the data of the patients. Smartphone is used to monitor the health of users and detect the diseases. Smartphones healthcare app basically provides low cost healthcare devices, which are sort of like diagnostic apps that help in detecting the health condition of patients, can also help in medical communication between the patients and the hospitals, and can also offer medical education in the form of tutorials to the patients. Health Assistant is one such app which keeps track of health condition of the patient. Google Fit is another solution which keeps track of different physical activities of the patient. ECG self monitoring is another solution which serves as ECG device based on the ECG self check software. Likewise, there are different other solutions that I have listed over here, and there are many more that I have not listed. So, I would encourage you to basically explore the different solutions that are there in terms of healthcare and the IoT implementations in healthcare. Cloud enablement, dealing with big data, because most of this data that is generated from these healthcare sensors have the nature of big data. So, cloud enablement, big data analytics, etc., are very important in healthcare and IoT implementation in healthcare. So, security is paramount in the healthcare sector. Privacy of the individuals is very important, because the data that are being carried forward from one device to another through a particular communication channel should not be hacked, and so basically unauthorized users should not be able to get access to the data. So, ensuring the confidentiality of the data, integrity of the data, authentication mechanisms and their implementation and availability of the data are very important in terms of security requirements and their implementations in IIoT healthcare. IoT or IIoT healthcare has different challenges. Challenges with respect to limited computational capability, not being able to perform expensive operations, challenges with respect to having very less device memory, energy limitation, and also taking care of the mobility of these different devices, because the patients themselves are mobile. So, consequently these devices themselves, the wearable devices, the sensors themselves are also mobile. So, taking care of the mobility of these different devices from a technical point of view is a challenge. Technical, both from a communication and algorithmic point of view, there are different challenges. So, taking care of all of them are different challenges that basically are important for consideration. So, finally, we come to the references. Once again, as usual, these are some of these different references that you are encouraged to go through. With this, we come to an end of the healthcare implementation or IIoT implementation in the healthcare industry. The different references we have talked about, different solutions that are there we have talked about. So, I would encourage you once again to go through these different solutions to get an understanding about how IIoT implementation has been done in the healthcare industry to solve different challenges that plague this particular industry. Thank you.